Hi, I'm Steven,
And I'm Bobby, and we're computer generated holograms.
and this is Card Shop Talk. Today we're going to be talking about Standard Showdown. So I wasn't actually here for Standard Showdown, but you were.
I was.
I was super excited because I think it's really cool that Wizards of the Coast makes these little packs. They send them out to the store. If that's an extra thing, they haven't always done that. This is a new thing. So as a store owner, as a game store owner, I am very excited about that, and I am appreciative of that. But when I talked to you, you got some kind of mixed feelings from the players, and so I wanted to ask you or talk to you about why that was.
Well, first of all, the pulls from the packs weren't quite that good. They weren't as good as what they were. Everyone was led to believe.
Led to believe,
because
yeah.
all of these promises that are made. These packs are great. You only get them at Standard Showdown.
You can only get them in Standard Showdown. Yeah, they're kind of exclusive. They're kind of
Yeah.
premium packs almost, right?
Yeah, they're premium packs that oh, the pull rates are really good. And we had one decent mythic open out of the 10 packs we gave out Saturday.
And what was the decent mythic?
A Nissa. I'm not sure which
Nissa.
one.
Just not sure which one.
That's also kind of a problem because if it was the old Nissa,
That's rotating out.
it's got 6 months.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I saw a mirror pool pulled out of a pack, and that doesn't see any play anywhere. It's
Yeah.
a bulk mythic. Congratulations, I got a mythic out of my Standard Showdown
Right.
pack.
And the argument is always like the argument I always use is, well, it's good in EDH.
Yeah,
you
well,
know, but
and I
if you don't play EDH,
I
you're there to
understand,
play Standard.
Yeah, they can't all be winners.
Right.
They can't all be great packs, but still, yet
Yeah.
if you're trying to drum up interest in Standard by having Standard Showdown and giving out these cool packs, make sure the cards are going to be in Standard for more than just a few months when you give them out. Like,
Right.
come on, guys.
And I know Wizards of the Coast can't like curate what would go into the pack. I think any
Yeah.
more than they already do, because that gets them into some hot water. Because another cool thing they could do is put more staple type cards in there, right?
Yeah.
So rares that everybody uses, like Walking Ballista or something. You put those more desirable rares in those packs or something to make it worth it to go out to Standard Showdown.
You can put some. I know. Back in the Shards block, they did those foil, all foil packs. Those were really interesting. Now the pull rates weren't that good in them, but
From Alara block,
yeah,
right?
Shards block.
Yeah,
they did foil premium packs. The pull rates weren't stellar, but at the same time,
They were pretty cool.
they weren't like immediately going to rotate out of Standard.
Yeah, and so that's another good point too. If all the rares were from at least Amonkhet or kind of Amonkhet, Aether Revolt, Kaladesh, right? I think that would also add some more goodwill for players. Although, from my perspective, you're already getting something free.
Yeah, no,
it's all just the benevolence of Wizards of the Coast. They want to get people excited about Standard, and I respect that. But if you're the thing about a lot of players who are just more casual, players who come to events like Standard Showdown or come to Friday Night Magic and stuff, they're always kind of just trying to stretch their dollar the furthest it will go. And so when you win packs, you always want the newest stuff when you win packs at a Friday Night Magic, or at least here they do. When you're getting cards and stuff, all the time the conversation I have is, oh, well, my deck needs this, but it's rotating out next. Doesn't matter how far. I mean, 6 months is a long time. That's half a year. A lot of customers I cannot convince to buy, if they're a more casual player, if they're a more casual Standard player or whatever, I cannot convince them to buy something that's next on the chopping block for rotation. Just can't do it. They'll trade it in all day long, but they will not invest in cards that are rotating out.
They don't like.
They would much rather play a worse alternative.
Yeah.
Than if there's something in the new set that kind of does what the other card does, they would much rather just do that and stay away from losing value, especially on the rare end. I mean, if it's a common or an uncommon, sure, but on rares and stuff like that normally
Or anything that sees
rotates
any
out.
type of real play. I feel like it would be really hard to sell Gideon Alab's into cards right now.
Yeah.
Even though he's fabulous in Standard and he's strong and
He's very strong, yeah.
a good card. I mean,
I mean, and we say that, and everybody's gonna be like, "No, like Gideon's amazing, and we'll buy him until the day he rotates out,"
well,
which
they
is
can put it in
which
the
is fine.
comments, and we'll read
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, which is fine, and I understand that. But what I'm talking about is just kind of your average. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
just your somebody who's coming out to play FNM to have fun. They're not looking to like blow their whole wallet on their hobby.
And it's their first or second rotation. Like they've been through one rotation, and it kind of made them gun shy and shocked them, and they were like, "Holy crap!" My
Yeah,
card's-"
that's always a rude surprise.
Yeah,
when you hit your first rotation, you're like, "Wait, I can't play this card anymore."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like the loss of value where they spent $10 on this card, this single card, first time in their life ever they spent $10 on it. And they're like, "Well, it's rotating out. I guess I'll get rid of it," and they get like $2 for it, and they're like,
Oof, that
But-
always feels bad.
"But why?"
Yeah.
And then you have to explain it to them and everything.
It's the worst. Although set rotation is how EDH players are made.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
that's the incubator for an EDH player is set
Yeah.
rotation. And you explain the whole set rotation to things, and then you're like, but there's a 100 card singleton format that you can play, and nothing is ever rotates out
You can play that card that's terrible.
unless you play Magic Online.
Yeah. you can play that card that's terrible in EDH and be happy with your life.
Yep. So a lot of players, and we just started EDH FNM.
EDH F&M's going well. We had,
We had 8 people.
10
10
on Friday.
And remember, the store that we run here and that we work at here is about 1,400 square feet on the sales floor, and then we've got like maybe another 1,000 square feet for a game space. So having 10 people for EDH, and then we're also running standard and draft. That's a packed house for us. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's good.
We're not enormous.
We're not, but we're working on
I
it.
mean, I'm enormous, like me as an individual, but the store is, yeah.
I'm compact.
You're compact.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of those classy European cars.
sure.
I don't know where we're going with this, but anyway,
Yeah.
were the players happy with the packs? Were they pleased? Did they have a good time? Did anybody have a good time?
It's a weird thing. Because,
It's so hard to just make a free tournament and give away free stuff and then have people be sad.
Well, everyone goes into it with this expectation that those packs are going to be great.
Right. And if you
all
get
that.
one, it's going to be good guaranteed.
Now, to be fair, Standard Showdown is great practice for game day. It's
Mhm.
great practice for your F&M, your local F&M, if you're
Yeah.
trying to do anything, because it's a free tournament and there's no entry fee, and you can experiment if you want, and you get a decent result, a decent bit
Yeah.
of testing out of it. Now, since the prize packs go to top 10, one to each in top 10, you still have a chance to get that prize pack with a poor performance.
Right.
A poorer performance. not-
Depending on how many people show up to this
Yeah.
event at your game store, which
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you might get a lot. There might be 30 or whatever, and
But
you
yeah,
ain't getting nothing.
as
maybe.
far as the games that people played, they were very happy about the games they played. There's this weird paradigm of I like to play Magic, but I want to play as little of it as possible to get free stuff.
Yes. That
And-
the grinder mentality of just like winning in
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah. No
And-
insult to grinders there. You guys are fine. I understand. You want to, you want to be as safe as
Yeah.
possible. Get most bang for your buck. Completely respectful.
But when it comes to a free tournament like Standard Showdown,
Yeah, you're there to play.
you're
Play
there
Magic.
to play. It's a hobby that you supposedly enjoy, and it's hard to get upset with a free tournament.
It's not hard to get upset with a free tournament.
It
Don't
really
tell me
isn't.
that, Bobby.
It should be. How about that? It should be
It
hard.
should be hard to get up. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and yet
Maybe one of these days we'll do a player etiquette video and we'll kind of explain why it should be hard to get mad at a free tournament. We'll run some of the back numbers and kind of explain maybe what running a free tournament costs us in terms of a store. And I know a couple of different places have done that, but if you want another perspective, from what it costs our store, we're a smaller operation than I think a lot of the videos that people see online and stuff like that. If you want to know what it costs us, maybe we'll do a video kind of player etiquette. I can't talk. Etiquette and kind of explain that.
I mean,
Later.
One day, whenever we
One day. Whenever we get around to, editing and uploading. It's a lot of work.
and whenever we can do it without just going off the deep end and flipping out.
Oh, we will
and-
go off the deep end in every episode of any show that we ever do on this channel. I guarantee it.
Yeah, but it's a huge cliff when it comes to etiquette. Like,
Oh, you're right. You're right.
yeah, like
You're right.
I have many things to say.
That's true. That's true. Well, to bring it back,
Right back.
I did want to praise Wizards of the Coast for this, and I think if Wizards of the Coast ever asks for feedback or whatever, I would say give them a thumbs up on doing Standard Showdown at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's great.
There's a lot of reasons why it's good, right? Because we've got so it's a fresh standard, right? They just introduced a new set, so this is kind of encouraging people to kind of go out and try new decks and stuff like that, and compete for something that's cool and unique. Because they don't do these Standard Showdown packs for anything but Standard Showdown and that one time with the buy box stuff. So I think this is the second time they've done Standard Showdown.
It is.
But I just think it's really cool because normally stores, or at least for our store, it's kind of hard to get things started on Saturday because if you're a more competitive Magic player, a lot of times the more competitive events happen on weekends, and those are not regular things. So it's hard to get something regular started, and so I think it's great that they did something like this just so we can draw players to kind of a singular idea on the weekend. That's not a super scary competitive event that's expensive and not appealing to, an average player who's more casual. And I like to appeal to the casual players and just kind of do things for them too because they play Magic too and we like them.
New players are the lifeblood of this game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Without new players, you don't have the game. You just don't, because no one's buying cards. You don't have new people coming in to be food for those that are already there,
To be food for? What do you mean?
Well, new players come in and they get eaten or they thrive and survive,
That's a delicious analogy.
Well, that's just the way it is. You come in as a new
The
player.
modest proposal.
And you buy one of these new Planeswalker intro decks or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
but normally, a lot of times with the new players, what I've seen is they'll buy one of the Planeswalker decks, or we'll give them like one of the welcome decks, and they'll throw it together or whatever, and they learn how to play the game, and the game is really fun. And then even if they lose, they still had a good time. You usually see them back.
Yeah,
The only ones you don't see back are the ones who don't like losing, and they lose at the beginning, and they go, "Well, I'm never going to be good at this game." And
I didn't get to play, or this, that, or the other. And the way Magic is currently right now, it's actually really quite good for new players to come in right now because you can make a mistake with a creature and embalm it and bring it back. You get another shot.
Oh, the limited format?
Limited format, standard format, either way. Like it's.
Oh, it's more forgiving because you can get the creatures
it's
back.
Fairly welcoming to make a mistake, but at the same time,
I really like the embalm mechanic. I think it's very good.
Oh yeah, no, it's very good. It's very good for new players if they make a mistake and block wrong or attack wrong. They get another shot with that creature, and for experienced players who know that gives that creature more staying power to be able to embalm it and get another block with it or another attack with it. Like it's actually quite a good mechanic for both new and experienced players.
No, I definitely agree.
So
especially for limited, we'll see how it plays out in standard, but I could see it having a place in standard too.
Even for new
I
players.
don't play a ton of Magic anymore because I'm behind the counter, but I do play a little bit.
Yeah, that's part of the game shop life. You don't play the game.
The more you work at a card store, the less cards you play.
It's like working at a restaurant. It's like working at a restaurant. When you see the food every day, you kind of stop eating.
You just kind of stop eating,
Now,
but we still play. I mean, you got to keep up with the game.
Yeah, it hasn't diminished my, love of the game. It hasn't diminished it at all. I still enjoy playing, but I don't play as much now because when there is a tournament going on,
you're here.
We're behind the counter running the tournament, and I don't want to slow it down by being in the middle of a game when everyone else is done.
That's fair. But Standard Showdown, so players were kind of disappointed with packs.
Kinda.
I still like it. I still think it's a great thing, and I think we should keep on doing it.
Oh, yeah,
every time Wizards of the Coast does something like that, Standard Showdown. This was one question I had for you. Do you think a promo, like an exclusive alternate art promo, guaranteed kind of thing, would be better than the Standard Showdown packs, or do you think the Standard Showdown packs are the way to go, as far as like a Saturday afternoon tournament atmosphere sort of thing?
I think that a better way to go about it would be to do the pack with a guaranteed promo in it.
Oh, that would be cool.
So
why not both, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Just do both.
Even if they have to stamp, instead of the date, stamp Standard Showdown on it in gold.
Mm-hmm.
like
That would actually be really cool.
like a decent rare that's in the set. That I mean, let's not kid around here. They have a decent idea of what's going to have value and what's not. I
Right,
mean,
but remember, they can get into some trouble if they kind of acknowledge that.
yeah. Well,
So.
I mean, they can't not know.
They know. We know you know, Wizards. We know you know what's good because
They-
you made the cards. We
Yeah.
know you know.
There's no way that they don't know what the puzzle.
Just put
is.
everything good in every pack, and we'll all be happy.
No.
And
We
all of
don't
our
wanna
cards
do
will be worth
that.
10 cents.
And we'll be playing out on the sidewalk outside the store
We'll be
because
playing
we
on-
can't be here anymore.
Yeah.
But you know, if they even a decent rare, something that is less printed.
Yeah.
How about that? They
Or
know
just
their
from
print
the newer
numbers.
sets. Just
Yeah.
from the newer sets. I think that would be a good compromise. Is just do it from those current sets because standard players, they're wanting the most bang for their buck. They want their cards to last the longest because standard is the most changing format.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that has the most rotation ban stuff. All the other formats are eternal and they just have bans, right?
Yeah. Imagine if like so, they made those invocation gods. Those are on the higher end for Amonkhet. You know, you got
Mhm.
your walkers. Those are on the higher end. Well, in the middle, you've got Harsh Mentor.
Mhm.
Last I checked, I think it was like $5.
Yeah.
What if that was a foil promo that was stamped that said Standard Showdown, and that was in every one of the Standard Showdown packs?
That would be bananas and people would go crazy.
And then everything else you got in there was whatever. You know, the foil and the mythic, whatever. Foil, mythic,
Right.
rare, whatever.
So
But
you're
you
guaranteed
knew-
you're guaranteed some kind of promo. And you know what? You know, they do maybe just a promo uncommon, like a really playable uncommon or common.
Yeah.
Like Fatal Push or
Ooh,
or
they could-
Cast Out or Incendiary Flow or
Or
Harness
Censor.
Lightning or Censor.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like an F&M promo, although they already do that with F&M, so maybe they want to stay away from that. I'm happy with the Standard Showdown packs, me personally, but
Oh, yeah,
I can
no, they're
understand
great.
as a player, kind of, if you go and you slug it out through the tournament and you get to the top tier and stuff, and you're like, what did I win? And you're like, this pack, it's got, you know, the chance for all this great stuff in it. And you're like, oh, great, well, I did really well today, so I hope I get something good. And you open it up and you're like, Mirror Pool and, what's a bad Sphinx from the set?
I don't know because I don't pay attention to bad cards.
Bad
I can tell you.
Sphinx!
Yeah.
The foil card. You're not going to be happy.
Yeah, you pulled 50 cents worth of value out of a pack that you played 4 rounds to get to, and you spent, you know, $300 to $500 on your deck, and you're like, yeah, I got this cool pack, and there's a chance that I could foil one of the cards in my deck that was expensive, and then you rip utter garbage.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there has to be some of that.
At least it was free garbage.
At least it was free garbage.
Yeah.
And there has to be some of that. They can't make all the cards good.
Yeah,
so.
they can't all be winners.
So concession there, yes, but at least I would say the compromise here would be at least make all the stuff from the new sets,
Yeah.
from the newest sets.
Please don't put stuff that's going to rotate in a few
Don't
months
put
in there.
don't put stuff that's going to rotate out because then, like, it's kind of like a double. It's you open bad stuff sometime, and that just happens. Everybody knows you open bad stuff. If you buy booster packs, if you buy booster boxes, any kind of sealed Magic product that's got the random draw element, you know you're going to get bad stuff. But at least for this kind of thing, make it new bad stuff. Because
Yeah.
at least that's more exciting. If you're an EDH player or you want to build some kooky off the wall thing with whatever weird rare you pulled that's not played in
That would be
competitive
me.
tables. Yeah, I know. Like I want to build something with Scarab Nest or whatever. But
Yeah.
so bad. So bad. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. This has been Card Shop Talk. I'm Steven,
And I'm Bobby.
and thank you for watching.